For most of the 20th century, a typical stay in solitary amounted to just a few days or several weeks in more extreme cases. Today, it's not unusual for inmates to spend years at a time in solitary. Inmates like Danny Johnson, who is a prisoner in solitary, states, "The worst thing that's ever happened to me in solitary confinement happens every day. It's when I wake up." For 23 hours a day, prisoners in solitary live in a cell approximately 80 square feet and are deprived of any brain stimulation and social interaction. It's not surprising that many prisoners experience hallucinations, anxiety, panic, insomnia, paranoia, aggression, and depression.
In medical records on 244,699 incarcerations observed in the New York City jail system from January 1st, 2010 through January 31st, 2013, 2,182 involved acts of self-harm which were reported. Only 103 were potentially fatal and 7 were fatal. All these admissions, only 7.3% were from solitary, but 53.3% of acts of self-harm and 45% of acts of potentially fatal self-harm acts occurred within this group. This chart shows data for solitary prisoners from 43 jurisdictions. 31% of solitary prisoners are white and 66% are minority, in comparison to the entire prison population being 37% white and 60% minority.
Danny Johnson faces statistics like these every day in his battle against solitary confinement, ultimately himself. Danny has spent roughly 24 years inside the horrors of solitary confinement. He has been plagued by hallucinations. For instance, they come by with 4 trays. The first has big pancakes. I think I'm going to get them. Then someone comes up and gives me tiny ones, and they get real small, like silver dollars. I seem to see movements, real fast motions in front of me. Then seems like they are doing things behind your back. I can't quite see them. Did someone just hit me? I dwell on it for hours. He, like many of the other inmates, has suffered mental illness caused through this time in solitary. Although solitary confinement has been a widely used and accepted method of behavioral sanction in the criminal justice system, it has been found to cause severe mental instability in inmates, and many of them reoffend rather than successfully re-enter society as a productive citizen.